All right, everybody. We're back. It is time for the one, the only Monday Night Mayhem. Brought to you by the one, the only Burb Wizard. Week in and week out. Well, except when I don't. But this is the week that I do. And thanks to the king, we are right on schedule. It is time for our first matchup here. All right, ring that bell, Charlie. It's time. Instructions, please, for part 2 of a doubleheader for those just coming from the raid. On the left-hand side, he is, of course, one of the members of the 2023 King's Fame 5 list, as he was just shy of a max out to start the year, and now has recently played in the Mega Masters event, getting one in qualifying to make it in. He is, of course, the one, the only Cobra. And on the right, he just got done whooping the king's ass in a dominant sweep. And he is looking to keep the streak alive. Mr. Hell Yeah, Grand Designs. All right, so we've done it. We've done it. We've somehow managed to stay on schedule. And for that, I am truly grateful. And of course, Cobra says, expect 3 early top outs, because I'm washed. Well, sure GD will appreciate going 6-0 tonight if that's the case. Of course, Cobra is offering up same piece sets. I think GD can do it now, I think. Has the gym cart on hand nowadays. So of course, GD, if you could let me know if that is in fact true, that would be much appreciated. And also up with my dashboard. Back in. There we go. Got all sorts of, oh, wonky. There we go. That's a little layout that Twitch is doing. Whatever. It's fine. It doesn't matter. What does matter is the seed. It is time. Let's generate it. Here you go. 9E6714. Copy that. Or later me. So that way when I inevitably forget what the seed was, or if someone forgets what the seed was, we know what the new one will be. So, there we go. I'm gonna try and use my brain for a change. But of course, our players are about to use their brains as well, because it's time to play some Tetris. They're ready to go. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Yeah, that's right. Clenching his cheeks to win game 2. That is true. He did, you know, I'll give you that. He did barely win game 2, but I was getting nervous watching it. I'm like, man, is GD about to mess this up? Like, I was thinking, like, oh my God. So I guess I gotta give GD some props too for also helping to keep us on schedule tonight, right? Because, you know, had he not won that, had he not done that, would have been a little bit behind, or would have had to get Yeehaw and Louie in here. But of course, welcome in 1 Pound Bobby. We'll be seeing him in just a little bit here. He is taking on the king. Says, will GD go 2-0 and will King go 0-2? Very good questions indeed. They'll be answered. They'll be answered in just a little bit here, as we have begun this match between the Cobra, one of the King's faves, up against our upstart's #1 contender, Grand Designs, who of course recently was able to defend that #1 spot successfully up against the Hamburglar. We'll do that fairly recently in what was a instant classic. If you haven't seen it, definitely go check that out when you got some time. GD kind of showing you a little bit of how that happened here. Some excellent burns here to get his right side fixed up. But of course, GD will have the shot in just a little bit here. And by just a little bit, I mean the next few weeks. Of course, King will have some announcements about our next Super Show. Tetris Friendly's Reckoning will be happening, where he will have the chance to take on the Maestro. So it should be a very fun match. Just as this one could be, if GD could just keep the board clean for a moment. Sequence is a little bit rough on him and on Cobra. As GD will finally, with a fist bump there, he'll get a Tetris 105 to 102. Cobra kind of struggling with these sequences here as well. As he'll get a dirty one down that left side. Or nope, sorry, that was not a Tetris. That was a triple only. But a dirty triple nonetheless. So kind of a suffer game for both. 138 to 115. GD with the lead. We are just getting squared away here, getting this game number 1 underway. GD now kind of following suit, going for a column 3 Tetris. And of course, King being the prophet that he is, let everyone know that I whooped Bobby's ass in the Max Out Club recently. So I'll just repeat that here, though. I'm just saying, if Bobby wins, King, I'm absolutely using your own word, a quote of yours against you. So, Max Out Club, that's not what King sounds like. That Max Out Club, that don't mean shit here. You play on friendlies, you play here on Burbs, on the King Show. You gotta be ready to fight, or whatever it was he said. But TLDR, MOC, that don't mean shit. But what doesn't mean shit is a score check. Well, perhaps a little bit more than that, of course. I'd like to think it means a little more than that to our two players. 160 for Cobra, 219 for Mr. Hell Yeah. As we are starting to approach that 19 transition here, about 30 lines to go for GD, about 35 for Cobra. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, MOZ, yeah, my original channel, clearly. Yeah. Of course, one of our other top upstarts contenders is here. Roman is here. Checking out that queue. And of course, reminding everybody to stay hydrated, as I am going to do right now. Per the binding contract of those 100 bits. Or not 100 bits, 100 channel points, excuse me. There we go. Of course says, oh, I'm not a top contender anymore, I'm washed. And, oh, speaking of washed, Cobra in a bit of a mess up top. He'll be finished. 245 was unable to get that J over to that left side. Suffer game comes to an end. GD will take game number 1. Oops, that's the wrong glove. There we go. I swear, every time I have GD on here, he's on the other side. So I'm like, just out of habit, just instinctually. Yeah, of course, GD agreeing that was a suffer. Can someone tell me what Kaka factory that seed generated from? Yeah, Kings. Oh, my word. GD is ready AF. Hell yeah. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Of course. Player we'll be seeing in just a little bit here. Louis Skewy is here. says, hello, everybody. I appreciate this chat. It feels like a safe space for one comment without immediately feeling they said something wrong, even if they did. Well, I mean, I'll just tell you straight up if you said something wrong, which, I mean... I like to think there are people that do fairly regularly, right? I keep it real. I do my best. Also, I don't know what is up with this playlist. It, like, started off so hype and then just, like, got so quiet for no reason. I'm not vibing with this. We're gonna do this. We're gonna go back to one that I know works. Of course, Ian Keith is here. Reed is here, who I believe came from, yeah, actually, says right here, came from the raid earlier on. Of course, welcome in. Yeah, just don't do things wrong. Yeah, just don't be factually incorrect. Which, I mean, Reed is either completely wrong or totally based. I'm leaning towards the former, however. Too much pasta to argue with you about this. Oh, my word. Let's get a quick score check, though. It's been a minute since I've done that. Right? That is part of my responsibility as a restreamer, a host, if you will. Got a simul Tetris in. 175 for Cobra at 137 for GD. Of course, you'll be seeing Ian Keith as well. Of course, the two-time Upstart champion. You'll be seeing him in just a little bit. We'll be taking on the Hamburglar. Taking on the Hamburglar in what should be a fun match, of course. Seeing that, you'll be seeing Louis and Yeehaw in just a little bit, just before them. They will be playing, but both will be playing using the NES Advantage. So Yeehaw, of course, very well versed in that realm. Louis giving it a go for what sounded like the first time. All right. Right. Just the other day we were kind of joking that Louis would come in with a power glove, right? The power glove versus I don't know what you call it, NES Advantage match. But fortunately does not actually own a power glove, so we had to improvise, unfortunately, but should still be fun. Louis still proved to be semi-competent at least, so I think it will at least be an entertaining match. But speaking of semi-entertaining matches, we got one going on right now. As Cobra is certainly bouncing back after that suffer game one, off to a pretty commanding lead to begin, 323 to 222, lots of twos in GD's score. Of course, King is now coming in hot with a 19 PB of over 600K, 626. Solid. That is some solid stuff right there. But of course, no bars on 26, or it would have been better. Well, we'll see if these two players can get to 26 to even be able to complain about that. Of course, right now, GD about 80,000 points behind, 294 to 373. He's looking to find his way out of this little mess that he's got himself into as Cobra slams a Tetris. And there we go. GD's now nice and clean. We are 20 lines away from the transition, by the way. That's just a important little tidbit. Mostly for the players and perhaps for the audience for, you know, entertainment. Like, oh yeah, this is an important thing. They're games. They're about to get faster. At least to some degree. Of course, some big things. They're getting set to transition. The big things coming up on friendlies this week, of course. Got the tag team battle, the inaugural tag team night coming up this Wednesday over at the Kings. If you're looking for a partner, of course, the formal announcement was made this morning. So, of course, if you're looking for a partner, definitely go find one. Go talk amongst yourselves on the Discord. And then, of course, got Friday Night Fights coming back once again with the Phenoms. Phenoms going one-on-one-on-one. And some triple threat action to determine who will face the poopy old hag, newly crowned champion at Tetris Friendly's Reckoning. Of course, right now, we're looking to find out who's going to take the second game. If GD can get an upper hand or if Cobra will tie it up. Cobra looking good right now. He's got a massive lead, 547 to 408. We're on level 20s for both. I think GD missed an adjustment there. That square with the S coming next could have burned out of this a little bit quicker. But he's waiting on a bar. Set up for the Tetris, but no bar in sight. Gonna have to get some for that right side, but no L is in sight either. Get a J for that left. Oh, gets the quick tap over. Might be okay, but this is gonna get a little dicey here. Gets the L over the left and cannot get the bar. Missed the quick tap. He'll be finished 427. And at 570, Cobra will tie this up 1-1. There you go. So this seed seemingly less cursed than the last one. Yeah, of course, Ian Keith bummed that he's out of town when all the fun stuff is happening. Well, not all the fun stuff, right? You're here tonight. You're here for some fun stuff. So, of course, we're ready. BO. Perhaps a smelly seed incoming in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Yeah, of course, lots of fun stuff this week. I'm certainly excited for all of that. Won't be able to play in the tag team stuff. I'm gonna be away from my desk, right? And be out, but we'll certainly try to keep tabs on that. Of course, I will be there for the Friday fight, right? As again, I did mention it's the Phenoms. The Phenoms going at it. I am, of course, going to be one of the competitors. I am, King, you son of a bitch, you've done it. You have, you have ended my break early. I was taking a break. I was gonna not play for like another month. Then King's like, hey, so you want to play on, want to try and compete for the Phenoms Championship? I'm like, all right, let me see how my hand's doing. let me give this a go. So I will be playing. I will be playing. I did play for a little bit for the first time since the Midwest Gaming Classic over the weekend. And yeah, it seems okay. Like, I'm not in pain like I was before. So it's more just discomfort. And I think I can live with that for now. But certainly will be playing less frequently than I was before. So, So certainly can look forward to that. I certainly love to try my hand. I'm not expecting much, but I gotta try. I owe it to myself. But of course, King did say it earlier. Now, since we're talking about the Phenoms, yeah. Biggest surprise, yeah. Poopy beating. I didn't think there was any way possible that happened. I mean, Poopy's a very good player. Like, Poopy's a very good player. Don't misquote me here. However, I do think Trapzone is like on a different level, and I thought she'd have that on lock for sure. But kudos to Poopy, man. Kudos to Poopy. Did an excellent job. So, certainly should be a fun title match for her coming up. Of course, what else is exciting? At least somewhat exciting anyway, depending on perspective. Is that we got ourselves a pretty close game here. Game number 3 in our opening match. GD at 227, Cobra at 242. We are about 60 lines through this one. Now both players kind of getting into a bit of a bind at around the same time. So this sequence of pieces not too friendly to either of these two players. Yeah, of course, Louis. Sorry, everyone. Got a 702K with the advantage earlier, so yeah, don't expect much, guys. Oh, my word. Dirty Tetris from Cobra. Looked over just at the right time. Watch that one happen. He's getting set up again here. Up in row 3, column, whatever that is, column 8. Just trying to maintain pace with GD as they are neck and neck at the moment. About a 1 Tetris lead for GD now as Cobra covers the well just as Longbar shows up. Yeah, of course. Fine to read from earlier, of course, yeah. Yeah, in person, I'm mostly gonna focus on the in-person stuff, I think. Like, moving forward. Like, I don't know, I just enjoy it more, personally. Like, yeah, just being able to hang out with everybody, like, I feel like it feels a lot less stressful competing in person. Even at, like, Portland, right? It wasn't really that stressful. And maybe it's just because the expectations were so low for me, but you know, I don't know. I just feel a lot less stressed out doing it. It feels like we're just all hanging out. Like, all right, we're playing some Tetris. We're doing like a little tournament, right? That's how it feels to me. But that, of course, is just me. What else is just me is the responsibility of giving a score check because we are getting set to transition here. We're about 15 lines away. 410 for GD is the score. 353 for Cobra. Neither player with the cleanest of boards at the moment, but GD gonna get reopened right there with that L piece, followed by a Tetris to expand the lead. So we're kind of looking at a 1 Tetris lead for Cobra earlier on, but kind of had some complications throughout the rest of the game. Allowed GD to open up a lead himself. Go. GD is transitioned to 485, 408 for Cobra. We are off and running here. Again, it's a crucial game. Winner of this does take the advantage in the set. You got GD with a nice clean board. There's a Tetris for him. Cobra setting up down the middle, going really aggressive here. But he's gonna have to burn this away. Longbar comes in just after taking a burn. Set up now. There's Longbar. There's the Tetris down the right. 453 to 527. GD ahead by like 2 lines at any given moment. It was a little bit more than that when I started saying that sentence, but of course, they are now pretty close. So there's still about an 80,000 point lead for GD. Certainly still time for Cobra to close this gap. Again, we are in the early stages of the 19 speed. GD is also in a bit of a mess right now. Can we get the right pieces for either of these two players? So far, no, but there we go. Cobra's reopened. He's Tetris ready. There we go. Bang Tetris. 503 to 558. We're on 23. For both of our two players. Because I have just bumped the mic rather aggressively. All right, sincerest apologies. Of course, there's a Tetris. 536. 564 right on the nose for GD. Cobra is starting to close the gap just a little bit here. Certainly not out of reach. We do have just a couple levels to go till we hit that 29. GD is kind of in a bit of a bind still, has not really been able to open the gap here, and that Z on that left side gonna potentially cause some problems here, but that long bar will get over, and another one. You can see GD was looking for a J. Tug over on that left side, came a piece too late. But just like that, we are neck and neck again, 611 to 619. They are separated by just a couple hundred points, and GD is in trouble. There's that quick tap with a J on the left and the long bar. Oh my word. He is still alive, but Cobra has taken the lead by about a Tetris. I mean, props to GD for staying alive, but he has got to get out of this and start scoring here quick, because we are running out of time here. Oh my word. Gets that L over that left side. I mean, GD is just fighting for his life here. Just 4 lines to go till that 29. And it's gonna hang the L and we'll top out at 648. We lost Cobra's stream for the moment, but he's at 700. He's done more than enough. And we'll take the 2-1 lead. I'm gonna go ahead and refresh him as well, because he did lose it for a sec. There we go. Wow. Truly a neck and neck affair. That lead went back and forth the entire way through. Cobra coming out on top right at the end as we move on to our game 4. Of course, shout outs to a buddy for the follow. Thank you so much. All right, folks, it is time for game number 4. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Yeah, that's right. No more caca. Well, in case I didn't say it earlier, of course, welcome into Marts. And of course, coming up next, it will be the other member of the match that GD just played in. The man that he just swept. The king himself, and OPB will clash in a grudge match for the ages. Of course, I know Bobby's here, I know King's here, they've been ready, so I don't need to yell at them to go live and all that, because they're pros. Yeah, right. No, all caca. Yeah, it's like the cereal, right? Oops, all caca. Oh my word, Mars. Can you believe Mars will get promoted with 7-1? Well, that entirely depends on who you had to play to get that. That makes all the difference. Of course, thank you to Big Pile Guam for the follow. Much appreciated. Actually, it's been a minute. I hope you're doing good. Hope you're doing good, man. Of course, Inky, full of pasta, has time to take 37 naps. I don't know what kind of power naps you're taking, but like, my God. There we go. Dirty Tetris from GD to begin this one. We're about 50 lines through. We are neck and neck at 197 apiece. Cobra taking a couple burns since then, but as GD gets another dirty one here. Cobra answering back, though. Yeah, that's a tight one here as we begin this game number 4. GD needs this to keep this match going. Cobra wants this to end it. Right here. Yeah, right. Wish you could actually nap. Yeah, I also get more tired. Yeah, so I've like, you know, I rarely did it at all growing up, and then, you know, I attempted to, like, even once I'm like, I was just so tired, and then, you know, I figured out why I never napped as a kid all that much, you know. So yeah, I mean, both Reed also with the most relatable comment ever. Friggin' finally done with college, so you can actually sleep. Yeah, it's great, isn't it? It's great. I will never forget the day I submitted my final exam ever, right? I got done with my last final exam. Best sleep I've ever got in my life was that night. I played on Friday Night Fights that day and did well. I lost, but I did really well for myself at that time. I was like an 800K jazz player at the time and got an almost PB'd, you know, like I still lost, but you know, I had a lot of fun. And then that night I went to bed and I just crashed for like 12 hours. It was glorious. What else is glorious here is that this game is still rather close. 309 to 346. GD will add a Tetris, go to 369. Hey now. You got to attend your own graduation as the valedictorian. Okay. You know, that's, I can't relate. I'm not that smart. You know, to be valedictorian, not to sleep through it, but you know, that's oh my word. That unreal. That's unreal. Oh my word. 423 for GD, 405 for Cobra. It's about a 1 Tetris difference here. Of course, Big Pile Guam's on a run right now. Literally right now as he's watching this. Ooh, but GD, what Guam's watching here is to see if GD can navigate his way through this, as he has done several other times this set. My brain struggles on words today. Well, I say that like it's an abnormal thing. It is a totally normal thing that my brain does. But in the meantime, GD has transitioned. Slight hang of a T on that right side. He's at 488. Cobra will get there with the next Tetris. See if we can get that bar on his side. And we'll get it right after transition, and we'll Tetris in to 448. So still a tight game here, as both players are in a bit of a mess right now. There we go. Bang Tetris, GD. We'll go to 525. We're on level 21 for him. 455 for Cobra. Of course, Fame's done. He's having a strunk. Just as one does. But what's not having a strunk is these two players. He's got about a 120,000 point lead now for GD. He has been on fire here since getting to the 19 speed, since resolving that misdrop. He's at 589, 498 for Cobra. Nice double there from GD. Cobra has just been unable to keep this board under control, but now he's got it cleaned up and it's just waiting on that bar. Comes a piece too early. He'd have to burn, but there we go. Bang Tetris. 535 to 628. Trying to keep this within 100,000 points to perhaps have a chance to close this out at the end. Of course, these pieces not so kind for his board at the moment. Kind of a rough, delayed long bar flat. And missed the T-spin as well to fix that. There we go. Nice long bar flat there to keep that left side open. We could use an L piece, but guess what? Not coming. Gonna have to burn. Oh, but flips the long bar. It goes way too far over to that right side. 546, the final score. And at 673, GD will tie this one up 2-2. We have ourselves a decider. And of course, the number one contender, showing how it's done. Another 800K here. Of course, we've seen him get a 900K in competition and lose said game here on this very show. I mean, an 860, that's just, at this point, this is GD just doing GD things. My word. Yeah, his second comp 800K today. Like, Jesus Christ. All right, but it's just about time. That game number 5, players incrementing that seed. All righty, we're ready to go. It is time. Game number 5. Here we go. Let's finish this thing out in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Of course, on deck, you got the king, NOPB. Right after this game. Could end in a few minutes or in like 2 seconds. So, nah, I think all joking aside, I think it's fairly likely this game goes a while. I mean, all of these games, I think there's like maybe one early top, but it's been a very, very good set. A very great way to open the show tonight. Like, these two players, they're not like me. They're not that volatile. Right? They're not like me or, you know, Tetris time. Oh my God. Thank you so much for that offer, but you know. Yeah. What a nice offer, but you know, I'm already famous. Yeah, I don't need whatever that offer was to make me famous. Like, you want to be famous? We got king for that, or at least I got king for that. That's all I'm saying. Goal emoji, both Tetris time and that message. Oh my God. Yeah. No, the true classic Tetris time performance is just not showing up or being extremely late. That's the true classic performance right there. Like, I'll never forget that. The last time he was supposed to come and be on this very show, he didn't show up, and I had to get somebody to sub in. We go and raid Dog afterwards, and Dog's like, oh, did I miss anything exciting on friendlies? To which Mice responds, oh, you know, yeah, you missed a an instant classic Tetris time performance. Which we all just like, okay, come on. That was so brutal. But what's not so brutal here is this score. We got another tight one here to begin. We're about 60 lines through. Score is 227 to 224. We are neck and neck. And it's Cobra with the slight lead, but GD with the Tetris. Take it back. Yeah, clearly though, I've made it big because of that message. Yeah, do you wanna become famous? Honestly, and listen, if someone's actually asking me that, honestly, no. Not really. Like, it just seems like, you know, there are certainly some drawbacks to it, you know what I mean? Yeah, like, kind of, but like also, like, yes, but also no. Like, yeah, that's right, yeah, King discovered every human being in existence. That includes the person who wrote that bot that sent that message, right? King discovered that person. That person would not exist had they not been discovered by the king, clearly. There we go. Dirty Tetris in for Cobra. He'll get a 331, 368 for Mr. Hell Yeah. He'll slam another one here to go to 391. How do you know who I am? Oh my god. Yeah, I have never been recognized like outside of like, you know, other people in the community. You know, and people I know. I feel like that would be so, I'd be so weirded out. I feel like, I'd be like, wait, you know who I am? Like, like, obviously I'd be friendly, but like, you know, no pun intended, but like, I'd be a little weirded out for sure. Oh man, we're about to transition in the meantime. Speaking of being curiously, both of these players have, yeah, started to approach transition. I don't think that was a very good segue. However, it was a segue nonetheless. I promise segues. I don't promise good ones. Oh, but Cobra doesn't promise good stacking either. That J gonna misdrop there. I think that's gonna be it. He is well on his way to Top Out City. And at 396, he's finished. 535 for GD is more than enough. Add a Tetris for the dagger. For him to make the comeback and take this one. 3-2, GG's. Oh, and he lucked out too. No 19 to make up there. As he would tell you. Those would be his words. But either way, your Upstart's #1 contender, getting it done again. Getting his reps in, he's ready for the Upstarts Championship. Hell yeah!